You're a little banged up for the Big Ten championship game. You feeling better?
Yeah, I was a little banged up. I feel good now, though. The 4 weeks were much needed, so it's nice.
Has there been a message from your coaches about this is what a Nick Saban defense kind of looks like? I know he's the head coach, but he's got his hands big time on defense.
To a degree, yeah. We've gone back and watched old Georgia clips from even his predecessors in other places and stuff like that. Just getting a feel of how they usually like to call things. But yeah, I mean, that's not really a huge emphasis. It's more just taking what we see on tape and applying it to whatever play call we have. So.
What was your reaction? My last one is that Georgia game. A lot of people thought Georgia was going to go in as the #1 seed, and essentially you guys are Georgia. And for them to take them down, what was your guys' reaction?
Yeah, obviously it's a testament to how good of a program and team Alabama is. You know, Georgia was top dog for a while. I think it was like 20-something games they won in a row. I mean, it had to end eventually. So I mean, more the power to Alabama for doing that, but. You know, now we got to be out there and do it ourselves. So we got to be the top dog.
I'll ask, what's your why?
My why? I mean, probably just my family name, just like where I'm from. You know, I feel like I've always like took into the fact that I came from Pines Ranch High School. It wasn't really a super like strong high school program. Not a lot of guys go D1 or play college ball out of. And those who do usually make it pretty far. So I think that's like my why. Just like putting on for my hometown really. At the same time, like just for the love of the game. Like over the years, like I've just grown to love football more and more, and just like simply enjoy playing it. So that's kind of my why.
Drake, I'm sure you've already been asked this, but when you committed at this time last year, before this time last year, did you envision being here in this type of situation, and how does maybe expectations differ from reality?
Yeah, I definitely envisioned it a little bit, especially after they lost that Fiesta Bowl game against TCU. I knew that the team would be hungry, and that kind of excited me even more so. And I also knew that the following year was like one of the playoff games this year, I guess I should say, was the Rose Bowl game, and I've always wanted to play the Rose Bowl, especially being like a Pac-12 guy. So obviously, like it's been on our minds the whole year, and I knew exactly what I was getting into a year ago when I came here, and it's been great to see it all play out.
How is the week kind of compared to maybe what you thought it was? Is it kind of the same, or does it feel a lot different being here?
Yeah, it definitely feels a little different being here. I'd say I'm a pretty routine-based guy, so all my game weeks pretty much look the exact same. But here, obviously, you're taking buses to practice, you're doing all these activities and stuff, so it's a little bit different. But at the same time, I think that's part of it. It's part of the experience here, and it's great to get that in. So.
So you're a Pac-12 guy. Do you feel like a Big Ten guy now?
Yeah, I guess I could say that. Yeah. I just say the Pac-12 guy mainly because like that was where I was recruited. I mean, obviously I spent 4 years there, and like the whole goal of Stanford was to always get to the Rose Bowl and win. That was kind of like the MO. But now, obviously, Big Ten. I guess I can call myself a Big Ten guy now too.
How do you feel like the physicality of the Big Ten maybe prepares you for a college football playoff?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe not exactly just the physicality, but just the size of like the front seven on defense. I think is was a big change, and also a big challenge for me as well, and also a big help in our preparation of the whole year for a game like this.
How has this week been as a transfer coming into this? I know some of your teammates have done this 2 years in a row, but what's this whole process been like with the playoff?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely been new for me. Obviously, it's my first bowl game, but it's been good. I'm just kind of embracing all of it, trying to take it all in. And as we get closer to the game, just kind of start to hone in on that. But just trying to compartmentalize my mind of when we're doing football stuff, be locked in on football. Or doing other activities, just enjoy it with my teammates and the time being. So,
is this watching Alabama on film? Is this one of the better defenses that you think you'll have played?
Yeah, absolutely. They're stacked from top to bottom. They got guys everywhere, obviously, as any team would in the college football playoff. But yeah, I think that I was telling some other reporters that I think that they run the ball very well. They play hard. a testament to who they are as a team and how they're coached. But at the same time, we got to match it and we got to beat them. So I'm excited.
So when you came here, this is kind of what you had in mind. Is now that it's here, is it hard to believe? Is it what you expected?
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily hard to believe, but it's definitely what I expected. But it's just like kind of crazy to actually be here now. You know, it's kind of something that you manifest after a while and over the course of a year. Obviously, it's a long time to be thinking about certain things, but now that we're here, it's pretty awesome.
Almost across the board, your offensive line are graduates. Like, this is a deep, experienced group. I know you've had some changes, but what does the experience show up like on the field that can help you in this game?
Yeah, a lot of it is just like, I think a lot of it's just on the fly. When certain blitzes or run blitzes happen or certain stunts that may take place in the course of a play, even if our communication isn't great during it, that's where the experience factor can come in and help, you know, pick up certain things without everyone being on the same page, because everyone just like knows what they're doing. So I think that's probably the best aspect of having a bunch of old guys on the line.
We know you were banged up going into the Iowa game. How are you now? How has this month been for your health?
Yeah, it's been very much needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a high ankle sprain going into the Iowa game, but I feel much better now. So it was definitely 4 weeks were great for me. So it's been awesome.
What's it been like seeing Zach put in the same amount of work he's been doing, unable to obviously play, but still be with you guys, with everything, be with you guys in practice? How's that been inspiring to you?
It's been pretty inspiring, actually. He's already like walking and stuff without crutches, which is pretty crazy considering like 5 weeks ago his leg was in half. So like it was, yeah, he's definitely healing pretty fast from what it seems like. Obviously I don't know what the X-rays and stuff show, but I mean, yeah, he's always in the training room with me, doing whatever he needs to. So we're always talking still, and he's still part of the room just as much as anyone else. So.
Some new faces in this game up front. How do you feel like practice has gone? Can you give me an example of like, wow, we've really come together in a way, or what's it look like?
Yeah, I think just our game plan in general. I mean, obviously every team falls in love with their game plan going into every game, but I mean that's something you got to trust in your coaches, especially. You know, we have full trust in Coach Moore and full trust in each other to execute the game plans and the plays that we're going to call. So, I mean that's probably the most important thing, just getting the reps underneath ourselves and the looks that we need, and just going out there and executing the plays.
So you're saying Zinter is possible for Monday?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Edge protection. What are the keys to edge protection against this front?
Yeah, I'd probably say that we just got to pass off the game as well. You know, they're very strong, powerful, they're fast. I'm sure they're going to have some new blitzes drawn up for us. I think we just got to work together inside out and make sure that we're not screwing each other over in the pass protection game, and just working together as one.
How would you say your blitz recognition and your ability to help identify stuff has increased, or what's improved about it?
Yeah, I think it's helped a lot this year that I'm able to draw, kind of drive some of the protections. Some of them aren't really my call, but at the same time, JJ does a good job of pointing stuff out that he sees, and our tackles have done a good job of pointing stuff out that they see too, because I can't see all the stuff on the edge sometimes that they might be able to see in a 2-point stance. So I think just the communication aspect has just gotten better over the course of the year, whereas like the first couple of games we had a few issues with it, but now that's all cleaned up. We've been pretty solid.
How does this defensive line measure up to lines maybe seen throughout the season?
Yeah, I think that they're probably definitely one of the best. Definitely from a size and strength perspective, probably the best. And then you combine that with their speed and the linebackers that they have. It's definitely the best defense we've probably faced. So just gotta know that going into the game and be prepared for it and go play our balls off.